Okay, this is my first YouTube video ever. My name is Kevin. The NBA season starts tomorrow, and I'm going to be giving you my Eastern Conference predictions today. Tomorrow, I'm going to make another video of me giving my Western Conference predictions. Um, my favorite team is the Dallas Mavericks. My favorite player is Kyrie Irving. Um, and I think that's all of the intro I got. So let's just get right into it, man. Let's start with the 15th seed. I have the Wizards, obviously. They have a lot of young guys. They're a rebuilding team. They have vets in CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton, but I still don't think they're gonna lead to many wins out there. Um, the note I have down here for the Wizards is that I think Keyshawn George is going to have a really good year. I think he's gonna solidify himself as one of the better young guys in their core. He's gonna establish himself in that core. Don't know what those numbers are gonna look like, but I think in a bigger role this year, he's gonna perform well. That's all I have on the Wizards. 14, I have the Nets. I think Cam Thomas this season is going to average 25 points per game. I'm a Cam Thomas believer. Like I said, I'm a Kyrie Irving fan, so I was watching a lot of Brooklyn Nets. I'm from Jersey, so seeing Cam Thomas and seeing what he can do, I think he's great at going to the free throw line, elite in the mid range. He just needs to. The biggest thing is his IQ in certain moments and knowing how to win. Obviously, he can't do that. I think MPJ is going to average 23 points a game, and I think Jaeger Demon might make an all rookie team. So I think they're going to be they're not going to be fun. They're not going to win too many games, but I think Brooklyn could at least go in that right direction. And Cam Thomas will probably get a contract next year. I don't think it'll be with the Nets, but I think he's going to ball out in a contract year. 13, I have the Hornets. LaMelo Ball is super fun to watch. I think he's going to be healthier this year. I'm banking on it. He's healthier this year than he has been previous years. He's going to be a guy that's going to average 26-8. He's going to shoot 12 threes a game. I think Brandon Miller is also going to be healthy, so there's going to lead them to above that Brooklyn Nets team and that Wizards team. My biggest question is their center, who starts. They have Musa. Preseason, I think Kalkbrenner started 2 games and Musa started 2 games. It was pretty split. So I wonder who starts there. But that's really all I have for the Hornets. Miles Bridges is going to be hooping too. Con Canepo has to hit a shot, but he's a rookie, so who knows. 12, I have the Bulls. I think we see a modest jump with more usage. I think Kobe White, in my personal opinion, has kind of hit his ceiling. I don't think he's going to be any more than the player he is now. And I think Vucevic, we're going to start to see that decline. I think he's on his last contract, in my opinion. But we'll see how that goes. But the reason I have the Bulls over guys, teams like the Hornets, Nets, and Wizards, I just think they're coached better. Billy Donovan, that offense, that high-paced offense, getting a lot of corner threes, lots of layups. I think they're going to they're coached well, but they just don't have the talent. And Patrick Williams, I don't know if he's going to be in the league soon. At 11, I have the Miami Heat. To be honest, I'm out on Bam as a first option. Now, if you think when Tyler Hero comes back, he'll be the first option, that's another story. Me personally, though, I don't think Bam can be a first option. I think the thing with Bam, I don't know. To me, he takes too many jumpers. He's in that tweener big. He's a 6'8" center. You know what I'm saying? We don't see he's one of the few tweener bigs that's able to stick in this league. We see other guys like Precious Achiuwa in that tweener big realm. I think a guy like Noah Clowney in Brooklyn he's a little bit taller than Bam in them, but he's still in that tweener big where you're not really great at anything, but you're good at a lot of things. But Bam is great at defense. So that's why I think he's still a great player. I just don't think he's the number one option. Hero's obviously going to miss a month, I think, with that injury. And Norman Powell, I think he's not going to have the same season he did last year off the bench in LA. And then other than those 3, I like Khalil Ware. I think he's going to play better. I don't know how many minutes he gets, but I think he's going to improve. And I like Asperis Jonas. I do like Asperis. But I still see them in that 11 just outside the play-in. Pacers, I'm also out on Pascal Siakam as a first option. I just don't believe in it. Nembhard being your primary ball handler is gonna be a learning curve for him. I'm pretty sure. Him being the main guy, getting other people involved, I just don't think that's gonna go as well as other people think it will. But I do think Bennedict Mathurin takes a leap. Not a leap, but I do think he takes a jump in his production and his scoring and efficiency. I saw some really good shit out of him in the preseason games. So I like Bennedict Mathurin a lot. And he is Zoe, I'm pretty sure. We Zoes over here, you feel me? Big Zoe shit. Anyways, 9th, I have the Raptors. I think they're just going to be healthier this year. They got Jacopoto, who's one of the more underrated big men in the league, in my opinion. I think Scotty Barnes takes a jump in production. RJ Barrett is like, and I think Emmanuel quickly has something to prove. So I think that 9th seed is kind of a good spot for them. They're going to be in the play-in. I don't think they're going to be out of the playoffs. And I think Grady Dick is going to be better. I liked he did really well in the mid-range. I hope he can get better with his shot creation this season. 8th is where I have the Bucks. This roster is pretty gross to me. It's gross. It's probably gross to anybody in the league. I think the only reason they're the 8th seed is because of Giannis. I think Miles Turner in a first year in a new situation with Giannis, I don't think he's gonna play that well. To be honest, I think he's gonna play worse than he did in India. I don't think he's gonna play bad. I just don't think he's gonna be the Miles Turner that they're expecting to see this coming up season from Indiana. Because when he's gonna have a bigger role than he did on that Pacers team, he's gonna be looked to score a bit more. And Kevin Porter Jr. playing my point guard position. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. I don't think he's more of a 2 guard in my opinion. I think they want to list him as like some sort of combo guard. I just don't think that's gonna be the case. 7th is where I have the Sixers. Really, just because of health. Paul George, Joel Embiid, guys who couldn't stay healthy last year. And you have the whole Quentin Grimes situation. Like, whenever some shit like that happens in the offseason, you might not think, hey, this might translate to how this team plays on the court. But I think the whole contract situation, what he's going on, he's probably not going to be a Sixer next year. I just don't see them going that far. I think they're going to make the play-in, though, with him, Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid plays like 50 games, they should be able to make the play-in. I hope he gets that 50-game mark. And I think this is the year that Tyrese Maxey gets All-NBA. I think he can make All-NBA 13 this year. He's going to shoot a lot of threes. And he might be their who knows? It depends on how we see Embiid come back. Tyrese could be their most reliable scoring option. So we'll see how that goes. I have the Sixers at 7. 6 is where I have the Boston Celtics. I think we're going to see a lot from Derek White. And Derek, in the preseason, he's had that ball in his hand a lot. He shot a lot of threes. He was getting double-doubles with assists. So I think he's going to be also a good fantasy basketball pickup. They have bad bigs. I don't even know who's starting at center for them right now. But their big man situation is what's really scary. They just picked up Chris Boucher. He's not really going to contribute much to winning, in my opinion. And obviously, you're going to miss Tatum for the year. I do think they're going to be a playoff team. I have them finishing outside of the play-in. I think Jaylen Brown has a lot to prove. A lot of people are talking shit about him, even though he just come off a Finals MVP. I think he has something to prove. I don't think Celtics fans are going to like that they're the 6th seed. I think they'd rather be lower than that so they can get a draft pick when Tatum comes back next year. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Anthony Simons is going to be that efficient. But I think he's going to be in that 6th man of the year conversation for sure, though. Peyton Pritchard, he's going to shoot a lot of threes. I don't know how to really view him as my team's starting point guard if I was a Celtics fan. So we'll see how that goes. 5th seed, I have the Atlanta Hawks. I think Trae Young is going to have another damn near dark horse MVP year. I think he's going to average like 27, 11 assists a game. I see Zachary Ricochet going up. I think he's going to, improve off that rookie year. He played great as a rookie. And now he's going to be just fulfill that role even better. I think he's going to get a lot of threes up. I think Dyson is also going to take a leap. He's in his contract year. He could hit free agency next season. We already know he's going to lead the league in deflections again, I believe. So I don't think that was a fluke season at all. Especially watching some of preseason, how handsy he is defensively. I don't think it's a fluke season at all. And I think Porzingis Porzingis, he goes to a lot of teams. He won the ring in Boston. We saw him with Luka. He's back with another elite point guard that's elite in the pick and roll. He's going to be probably starting at center with Jalen Johnson out there needing to start as well. So I think he's going to start at the 5. So we'll see how that dynamic goes with him and Trey. But I'm excited for this Hawks team. I have a lot of confidence in them. I like Onyeka too, Bogdanovich. They have a pretty good team. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker is added as well. They had a really good offseason. I have them as a 5th seed. Now, the 4th seed. I think my 4 through 2 is might be different. I have the 4th seed being the Detroit Pistons. I think Cade this season is going to take a crazy leap. I think he's going to play at an MVP level. I think he's gonna end up top 5 in MVP. I'm very high on Cade Cunningham this year. Last season he averaged like 26 and 9, 27 and 9. I think that's gonna be even better with another year. I think Asar's gonna make all these all defensive team. Duren's gonna be an elite rebounder. I want them to. I don't know about Tobias Harris, but I think Cade Cunningham and that Pistons team, and we see how grit and grind that defense is with JB Biggerstaff. I think they're going to do big things this year, and I think they're going to be at the 4th seed. I'm not gonna lie. I think Cade has a true case. I think he's gonna be all NBA first team. At the third seed in the East, I have the Orlando Magic. At one point, I did have them as a 2 seed because Knicks, new coach, Mike Brown, things like that. But Brunson is so good, so I'm gonna have the Magic at the 3 seed. I think when you add a guy like Desmond Bane, I don't think he's gonna do as much for them as people think, but I think he's also gonna add more space into the floor. I think Paolo is gonna not have. I don't think Paolo's gonna have a better year than he did last year, but I think Franz is going to have a much better season than he did last season, especially how we played in the EuroBasket. Another year in the league under his belt. I think Franz coming for that. That's right now it's Paolo's team, but Franz is coming too. But Paolo's my guy, Duke Blue Devil, bro. I love Duke, but I think Franz is the truth. I really like Franz. So 2 seed is the Knicks. I think Brunson's gonna play at an MVP level. He could win clutch player of the year again. I think Mike Brown's offense is gonna be what brings the Knicks into that 2 seed spot. They're talking about starting Mitchell Robinson alongside Cat. I am not a fan of Mitchell Robinson. A lot of people like him. He can't stay healthy to me, and his IQ in certain moments is not. Yeah, I'm not too high on Mitchell Robinson, but I think Brunson's elite. Cat is gonna have another great year. He rebounded the ball extremely well last year. I think it was second in rebounds or third. Played great. He's one of the best big man shooter in the league as well. Josh Hart coming off the bench. I don't know if he's gonna bring as much statistical. He's not. Josh Hart off the bench. I think he played. We saw how much impact Josh Hart had last year because of how much he played. He led the league in minutes, I'm pretty sure. Or if not, he was top 5. I don't have all the stats in front of me. It's all off the top of my head. So I don't think we're gonna see as much impact, but we'll see. At the end of the day. And then for the 1st seed in the East, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think Donovan Mitchell's gonna score at an MVP level. Darius Garland, this is pretty dependent on his health as well. He wasn't that healthy last year, and they still were the 1st seed, right? I think, pretty sure they were. And my memory, I like the devil's lettuce, so your boy be forgetting some stuff. But and I think this year that Evan Mobley cracks All NBA. We already know that Jared Allen, he's kind of hit his ceiling. Evan Mobley with Darius Garland out, I think we're gonna need him to score the ball a bit more. I think he needs to showcase his offensive ability a bit more, and I think he does that this year. We already know how he is defensively. He's gonna be an all defensive first team guy in my opinion. But it's just about that offensive side of the ball. I like Lonzo. I think with Darius Garland out, you having Lonzo as your facilitator is going to be great for them in Cleveland. He's also going to make those defensive lineups even better in Cleveland with him out there along with Mobley. You have an elite perimeter defender. You got DeAndre Hunter, who's a good perimeter defender. You have Evan Mobley as your back line, along with Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell. I think that's going to be a really fun team, Cleveland. But the East it's close. There's no super powerhouses besides the Cavs this year. So I think the Magic could jump up to that 2 seed, but I do think New York is going to take it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my Eastern Conference standing predictions. This is a pretty quick video to like 15 minutes. Just to recap again, I have the Wizards 15th, the Nets 14th, the Hornets 13th, the Bulls 12th, the Heat 11th, the Pacers 10th, the Raptors 9th, the Bucks 8th, the Sixers 7th, the Celtics at the 6th seed, the Hawks at the 5th seed, the Pistons at the 4th seed, the Knicks at the 3 seed, the Magic at the 3 seed, the Knicks at the 2 seed, and the Cavs at the 1 seed. Those are my Eastern Conference predictions. My name is Zokev, the biggest Mavericks fan in Jersey. And yeah, we gonna see how this YouTube stuff go. I'm pretty excited to start this YouTube channel. I love basketball, so I was like, why not just talk about it? You feel me? Pretty much it.